Welcome back to another trip, man. You're here with Tryppy Joker. Today we got the real one and only. Tell us about yourself.
Good, how y'all doing? Mr. Real one and only, all in all. It's a lifestyle. Every day is a new day. You know, same shit, different day. Getting money every day.
Facts.
Type to the shit.
So how did you get to the point that you are today?
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Really just hard work, and I feel like a lot of people be upset when something don't happen as soon as they expect it to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like it's really just patience and the dedication to your craft. Like everything should speak for itself.
Delayed
You know,
gratification.
I feel like not even delayed gratification, more
Yeah.
like planting your own seeds to
Facts.
grow. But people expect the growth without allowing the growth. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But yeah, honestly, I feel like everybody should just be going at their own pace. You feel me? It's not even a question on whether you doing what's right or what's wrong. Nothing's right, nothing's wrong. It's
Facts.
just all about how you look at shit.
Facts. Life's about perspective.
Perspective is everything, bro.
So let me ask you this. When it comes to having a perspective, how do you balance discernment and knowing like what's reality based to like on your situation?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times, that derealization can hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit happens sometimes, but I be knocking myself back in place and I'm like, put your head on your shoulders, bro. Like, no, we got a lot of shit to do, but we gonna get it done.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
Like, cause a lot of times it's easy to zone out, get lost in the zone. You feel me? But sometimes you gotta catch yourself and be able to lock in for real.
Yeah, give
Cause
yourself a reality check.
man, for real, man, a lot of shit don't be what it seems. So you just gotta be aware and make sure you're doing what you can at the end of the day. Under your circumstances, like don't focus on shit you can't change and focus on shit you can.
Facts.
Feel me?
Facts. So how long you been in making music?
I've been making music since honestly I've been a musician like as long as I can remember. I'm not gonna lie, like instruments is a whole different story, but making music
Yeah.
like vocally, I'd probably say since like 2016.
So yeah, I see you making beats. When did you start getting into that?
I got into beats. I want to say it's been about 2 to 3 years. I've been on a solid run doing production by myself, beat making,
Yeah.
experimenting, all type of shit like
What
that.
was the reason for you getting into that lane?
I got more so into that lane just because I feel like that was more so just like untapped potential. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Because it's like shit. I remember I was sitting and be like, damn, like same way I could put together a song. What if I could put together a beat?
Seeing what
You
else
know
you're
what I mean?
capable of doing.
Like that's it's crazy because like you really set your own landscape. Like when you do
Facts.
the production, that's the first thing someone gonna always hear the beat.
Yeah.
And learning production has been one of the best decisions I could have ever made. Honestly,
So what's your favorite? What do you like more? Creating a song like rapping over the beat, or actually like creating a beat from scratch? What like impacts you more? Like, damn, I really did that shit.
I feel like the impact of making a song in itself is something you just gotta be able to experience. But aside from that, I feel like the one I feel the most impact on and
Yeah.
accomplished on is when I can sit back at the end of the day and be like, I produced this by myself.
Facts.
I didn't have nobody write this for me. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because 90% of the shit be out top these days. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like you either keep up and get in where you fit in or you don't. Because it's like it ain't really no time to be like, okay, we kind of with it, kind of not with it. You get to see either it is or it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what would you say is the biggest influence on your music creativity?
I feel like, man, influence wise, I definitely say Lil Wayne.
Hmm.
Definitely probably say Future. Definitely probably would say Tupac. Definitely would probably say. Give me one moment. trying to think. There's one more, man. You know, honestly, I'm gonna say, trying to think. My fault. Forgive me. I'm
Nah,
trying.
you cool.
Cause how many am I supposed to name? Like just
However many,
one or oh
nah,
shit.
however many you feel like has the
I feel
biggest
like I'm missing
influence
one.
on your music that you feel like you
Honestly, you
did.
know what? Fuck it, man. R.I.P. Juice WRLD, bro. We gonna throw him
Facts.
in there.
RP my nigga Juice, bro. That nigga was really like making his own wave. Really already set the wave for me because that shit's still going.
Bro was the future. It's crazy. They say nothing is before its time, but Juice was genuinely different. You
Nah,
know?
facts. There's definitely a lot of niggas in his category. Not in the same like type of style that he did, but just niggas that was before their time. You feel me? Just ahead of the game
Right,
in a
right,
whole
right.
nother way that like paved ways for niggas like you that like took inspiration from that shit and then now applying it to their own music in a whole new way type shit.
Right.
That's dope. That's dope. So what do you have to say to the people that's coming up that you feel like you impact?
Um, honestly, stay true to yourself, protect your energy at all times, and be I guess be aware of what you're doing because we constantly live in days of our future past. So just focus on the now and the present and more so less on the past or the future. If you can get through the now, you can get to the future.
Bro, I read this book called The Power of Now in high school. Motherfucker changed my entire life on like just really being more appreciative of the present moment. Cause
Right.
like you can really overlook that, and then like you in school, they not teaching you about no present moment.
Oh, they ain't
They
teaching you
teach you
about,
about
man.
history,
It's all about how you
Spanish,
look at it.
math, everything else except for yourself.
It's crazy. They don't teach you credit. They don't teach you none of that shit, bro. You know, that shit is crazy in itself, bro.
That shit's wild, bro. I ain't gonna cap. So, what do you feel like your message brings, like your brand?
I feel like personally speaking, just be yourself.
Mm,
Stay true to yourself and don't care about what nobody has to say. Like, and I say that in regards to just at the end of the day, like we only get one go around on this life shit. So I got this shit tatted on me. Like, it's really a lifestyle. Like when you choose to be true to yourself and you begin doing things to better yourself, things, that ultimately, you know, title towards the self love aspect of things. Like you gotta make sure you good before you can make sure anybody else good at the end of the day. You know what I
facts.
mean? One thing I'll say my brand represents is ambition, you know, as well as being active on impulses and not shutting them out. You know what I mean? Like if you have
Facts.
an idea, act on it, do something with it. But an idea is only an idea if you allow it to be. You know what I mean? Taking
Right.
action on something, that's actually following through with an idea, and then you have a
Execution.
concept.
Facts. Facts. Inconsistent.
Perfect example, like when Nike building sneakers, they didn't just wake up one day and be like, "Yo, you're gonna make Nike Air Force Ones." Like they didn't know that's what it would turn into,
Yeah.
but they started off with an idea. That idea turned into a concept sneaker, and then they built off of that to get to where they at now.
Facts.
It don't happen overnight.
Facts. That's real. That's real. So, what's your connection with HSG, and what does it mean to you?
Shout out Hidden Soul Gang. Honestly, shout out my boy Tracino. Um, honestly, I feel like it's some things that don't even need to be said to be understood.
Facts.
Like Tracino is honestly someone I can vouch and say is a real hitter for real, bro. That's a brother to me, you know. Um, man does nothing but work hard. Man's humble, you know. And I know HSG, all the members in general, bro. It's an arsenal, bro. Talent all over the place, man.
Facts. So, how do you plan to branch out to your other members and connect with them in person or like just over the internet?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've been taking a break, but I'm finna get back to doing the shows. Honestly, that's the main thing I love about this music shit. As I like got later on into actually stepping out of my comfort zone and doing things,
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing before I was doing it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like getting on a stage and being able to connect with people in that way and have that impact where someone pull up and show out just to be like, yo, I had a good time with one of
Facts.
my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Even if
dope.
I'm not their favorite artist, that's okay. As long as we can vibe out, as long as you have a good time, that's all I'm here to do. I feel like one of my main purposes is to spread positive energy, man. You know?
Facts. That's dope. That's dope. So, what are some of the favorite places that you've performed live at?
Honestly, I would say I really had a good time and I enjoyed performing when I was out in Texas. Shout out Dallas, Texas. Y'all get lit over there.
Facts.
Um, 100%. I could definitely say ATL. ATL gets crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
Like ATL gets crazy, man. It just depends. Like I said, where you at in the timing. But shout out to all the people in the A, man. Get the most love out in the
Facts.
A. Shout out to Vegas, back home. Get none but love there too. It all just depends on where you at
Yeah.
and the time. Cause I mean, like, perfect example, like if it's like packed, the seasons are coming by, and it's like, oh, people are gonna celebrate and want to be with their family. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like, why would I throw a show if I know people gonna be, you know
I
what I'm
mean, at a
saying?
holiday event
Like
type shit.
living
Yeah.
their life, right? So I try to coordinate, things and events, more so, I guess like around to where I feel like people of my audience will be able to get there and be able to have the experience they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've had people who have literally gone out their way coast to coast just to come see me perform before, and
Wow.
that genuinely, opened my eyes to, okay, it's not just a vision, that I have anymore. Kind of like how I mentioned earlier, like I
Yeah.
turned that vision into a concept and
Facts.
evolved it into who I am today.
Making positive impact, like bringing that message to people, like just being yourself. For
Exactly,
sure.
man.
Yeah, it's dope. So,
And perfectly perfect.
yeah, not real talk. If you could pick any stage in the world, I'm talking any stage,
Hmm.
halftime show, Rolling Loud, any stage, where would you want to perform?
Shit. Shout out Rolling Loud. I definitely need to show Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud definitely looking like my next stop.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, throw me a throw me a blunt, a microphone. I'll be on that stage cutting the fuck up, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Facts.
I'm a manifest that shit. Watch.
Y'all hear it now.
So when y'all
Real
see
one.
me on Rolling Loud, don't act like this shit was brand new and none of that. If you here, you getting your OG Day One ticket. Real
Y'all
shit.
already know. Tap in. We know who is here from the beginning. Feel me? Well, it was nice meeting you, brother.
Hell yeah,
It was
bro.
a wonderful
Likewise.
trip.
Nothing but love, bro.
Hey, big
Keep
shit
doing
coming
what you're doing,
soon.
man.
For sure.
And anybody else out there, man, just remember, take action on your visions, man. An idea is only an idea until you choose for it not to be. So do with that what you
Facts.
will.
What the fuck? Pay attention to everything this nigga just said, because everything this nigga just said is everything I need to hear. You feel me? Like, every episode. Stay trippy. Life's a trip. We out.
Peace.